In this video, for my Art 8 students, we're going to create a garage, windows, a door, a sidewalk, and a street in two-point perspective. So using our first example of creating an actual form or our building in two-point perspective, we're going to continue, and don't forget the terminology that we discussed in the previous video. We have our horizon line at the top, we have our two vanishing points, we have our front edge, we have our side edges, and we have the top of our building. Okay? The top of the building, which is viewed underneath the horizon, has a specific view name. That view name is called a bird's eye view. So we are looking at a building in a bird's eye view. Why? Because we are looking down. So this is a bird's eye view of a building because we're looking down at the building and we can see the top. Again, it is the bird's eye view. So now what we're going to do is we're going to place our ruler on the front edge. With our ruler on the front edge, we are going to come down every ½ inch on our front edge. Okay, so we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dots on our front edge. We are going to only focus right at this moment on the 1, 2, third dot from the top. We're going to place our pencil point on that dot, and we're going to pivot it on the ruler till it touches the vanishing point. We're then going to draw a line to the edge of our building towards the vanishing point and stop. Okay, now we're going to put our ruler on the bottom edge with the 0 at the bottom of the front edge, swing it around so that's exactly on the line. We're going to put a dot over here at the 1, and then we're going to put a dot over here at the 3, actually at the 2 3/4. Okay. Now we have 2 dots on the bottom edge of our paper of our building. We're going to hold our ruler vertically. We're going to make sure it lines up at the bottom. We're going to draw a vertical line to the top of the line we just brought back to the vanishing point. We're going to do the same thing on this side, making sure your ruler is perpendicular to the bottom of the paper. Okay, we're going to be making a garage. So what we need to do now, we have these 2, they're almost front edges, just like we've created here, but they're actually the sides of our garage. This would be the top of our garage. So I'm going to just put my ruler back on here and darken this part so it kind of completes the shape there. I'm then going to erase these 2 areas that were the original orthogonals so you can see what looks like a door. Now it kind of looks like it's on a strange slant, but actually when you do perspective and things go back or converge or meet at the vanishing point, they're going to eventually get smaller. So it kind of looks awkward. Don't try to purposely tilt it and to make it straight because it's not perspective. Linear perspective, remember, is the illusion of creating 3-dimension on a 2-dimensional plane or flat surface. So what we're going to do now with this right side edge of our garage, we're going to put our pencil on the point of the bottom. We're going to take our ruler and pivot it towards the vanishing point, and we're going to draw a line till it touches the top of the garage. We now have created what looks like the illusion of an entranceway, and for this, it's the underneath garage of one of our buildings. You can, if you want to, just lightly shade this so that you know that that's the wall, and the illusion becomes a little bit greater or more visible. Okay, now what we're going to do on the left side is we are going to come down 1, 2 of those points that we made originally on the front edge, pivot the ruler to the vanishing point, and go to the end of the building. There's no need to take the orthogonal past there because now you're kind of getting a little more versed in this and it'll be easier to do this as you go into the project without so many lines, because otherwise you have a lot of eraser marks. Okay, now what we're going to do is come down another 2, 1, 2, and do the same thing. Okay, we're going to split this up into 3 window panes. So what you can do is visually, you can make a good guesstimation, make a good guess, as to where 3 windows might lie. If you would like to measure it, you can. Okay, so this is about 2. I'm making 1 1/4 and 1 a little more at 1/4, like 3/4 of an inch. I'm now going to hold my ruler vertically, lining it up so it's perpendicular to the bottom of the paper. Create a vertical line at each dot that I've created. I now have 3 windows. You can take this further. I'm going to take this dot in the middle that I didn't use originally, and I'm going to just complete the center with a line going back towards the vanishing point. I am now going to drop a tiny little vertical line where I'm making a good guesstimate where the middle is. And I'm creating a little window shade. Great. Now we're going to create a sidewalk. We are going to put our pencil point on the front edge. We're going to hold our ruler perpendicular, come down a half an inch, and take that to the vanishing point. We now have a sidewalk. I'm going to then put my pencil point right on top of that point that I made underneath for our sidewalk and come down about 1.25 inches, make a dot, bring that back to each vanishing point, and now I've created a small road. If you would like to, halfway down here, you can make a good guesstimation. You can pivot the ruler, and you can create a broken line towards each vanishing point. That will give the illusion even further of a road. So these are some components that I'll be looking for when you start creating your very imaginative cities.